So Pesach is upon us, and everyone's really, really busy. People are going to sleep at like 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning. Everyone's cleaning. There's so many things to do, so many things to buy, so many things to clean. Our cars, our homes. We got to be on top of our game in terms of going shopping, especially if you live in Florida. You got to make sure that you're out and buying your stuff way before the shelves clear out, because it's not New York here. And there's just like a lot going on. The kids are off of school. Happening time. At the same time, we're all trying to be like, why it is that we're doing what we're doing. Maybe get some spirituality in while we're cleaning, listen to some classes. A lot is expected of us, right? A lot of prep, physical prep, spiritual prep. And there's just so many details, so many details. And, there's a book by Viktor Frankl, and it's called Man's Search for Meaning. And basically what the bottom line of the book is that whenever a person attaches any kind of meaning to what it is that they're doing, they can even endure levels of suffering and stress and real pain. But if there's meaning there, then a person can get through it and can get past it. The idea is to always attach meaning to whatever it is that we're doing, right? For example, you want to lose weight and you go to the gym and you're working really, really hard, and you lose that weight. But while you're doing the work, you keep telling yourself, I know why I'm doing this. I have a goal. I have an agenda. I'm going somewhere with this. So it kind of makes the work worthwhile. It's that famous story of the man that was in a prison in Siberia somewhere, and they told him that, there's on the other end of this bicycle, you're building, you're creating something. And so he was like riding this bicycle every single day for hours on end, thinking that he's really building something on the other end of the wall, right? And after like 15 years of like going on this bicycle and pushing himself, thinking that on the other end of this wall where this bike is attached to, he's built something. They show him the other side of the wall, and it's attached to nothing, and on the spot he has a heart attack. Why? Because we can work, and we can work hard, and we can even go through pain and suffering and late nights and stress and whatever it is, right? As long as there's meaning and as long as there's purpose to what it is that we're doing. If it's all meaningless and purposeless, then it turns into one big ball of resentment and stress and painful experience that we want to have nothing to do with, right? So while we're cleaning and there's so many details, and while we're prepping and there's so many details, if we give meaning to the details, it cannot just be an okay experience or a non-resentful experience. It can actually be a meaningful experience, an experience that enhances our lives, an experience that takes us to the next level in terms of how we feel about the holiday that we're preparing for, and bringing us to the next level in terms of really evolving into a better person because of the kind of like pain or suffering or inconvenience of what we're going through at the moment. So let's attach a little bit of meaning to all the details that we're involved in. When I came out with my life story of just a few months ago, that you can listen to on YouTube or on my website with divorcespeaks.com, of my life story, right? And it's like the first time I ever came out so I guess to the world with the details of my, how I became religious, and then at the end I discussed my divorce, and I also discussed before my divorce my pregnancy with my first child and what happened there, and it was kind of like exposing. But I felt like, I had to do it. I had to do it for the many people that I think it will help. And since then, I've gotten so many phone calls from women that are just like on the cusp of divorce. And the first question every single one of them has asked me was, Devorah, tell me why you got divorced. I want to know why you got divorced. And I would be like, why? Why do you want to know why I got divorced? And they would say, because I'm not sure. And I feel like if my reason is like this similar to your reason, again, they didn't say this exactly what I'm saying, but that's what it boiled down to. I would dig and dig and dig, and that was the reason. The reason was she's not sure of whether or not it's okay for her to get divorced, or if she should get divorced, or if her reasons are good enough for getting divorced. So if you, Devorah, if your reasons were good enough and my reasons are similar to your reasons, then I can also get divorced. Obviously, when I was also thinking about it beforehand, I also had that train of thought. Like, let me find someone that has their head on their shoulders, and it's not just like some crazy whack job that got divorced. Let me find someone that's like normal, and I'll see why she got divorced. Then I'll see if I can also do that. It's very normal to think that way, but I never really feed into that, and I always ask her. So tell me, before we get into my story, which I usually leave out at the end, Why do you want to? What's going on in your life? And every single one of them always says the same thing in a different version. And the bottom line is he doesn't see me. He doesn't see me. He doesn't see me, what I care about, what I love, my inner world, what I value. He doesn't take me into consideration in any way. He doesn't even prepare my coffee the way I like it. And we've been together for like 11 years. Like, he doesn't see me. He's involved. Yes, he takes care of the kids, and yes, he brings home money or Torah or whatever. But I'm not, like, he thinks he sees me. He buys me flowers every Friday afternoon, but I'm at the point where I don't even want his flowers because I just want him to see me, right? The person that I am. Bottom line, it always boils down to the details. Any relationship, if any relationship is successful, it's successful only because someone's paying attention to details. Someone's paying attention to the itty bitty nitty gritty of the relationship. It's how I like my coffee. It's what my opinion is on this thing or that thing. What I feel, how I feel about, this situation going on in the world, or even just like my take on politics or whatever it may be. It's the small details of, him doing something before I even had to tell him to do it, like noticing that the light bulb is off, is not it's not working, so him changing it before I even have to tell him, or him buying me my favorite salad, or whatever it may be, or staying up at night, and even though he's tired, giving me those 20 minutes, half hour, and having that conversation, and being happy to, and wanting to connect, and wanting to schmooze, and wanting to talk, right? Marriages don't fall apart because of great things, oftentimes. They don't disintegrate because, there's a whatever it may be, from great things, big issues. They usually disintegrate and fall apart because of the small things, because of the details, because someone's not paying attention to details. Someone's not paying attention to the other person's emotions, feelings, heart, care, whatever it may be, right? I'm taking the side of the woman right now, not because I'm taking the side of the woman, because it's just easier to choose one side and talk about that, right? It could be either side. It could be either side, right? But the idea is that relationships always boil down to details. That he left me that note in the fridge with those 3 words on them, right? He bought me that extra thing that I didn't expect, I didn't ask for, or he took care of something that he knew that was going to make a world of a difference to me, right? Or she was able to, clean up or cook or whatever it was, even though I don't expect it at this point because I know how busy she is and I know whatever, but she wants to do it because she knows how much it would mean to me, right? When people are invested in with their hearts in their relationship, that's what makes a difference. It's the details, because details is what builds relationships, and I'll just tell you from a speaker's point of view, I can go and I can inspire and I can speak to a room full of people, but what makes the difference in people's lives is the conversation that I have with them afterwards, the text message that I send them afterwards, that I'm really thinking about them and that I really care about them. That is what makes a world of a difference to the people. It's not the wow amazing speech, it's the hey, how you doing, you have your plants taken care of, are you all set, do you have food for Shabbos, right? That's what makes the world of a difference to people, right? So I just want to mention here that Judaism is not a religion. It's not. It's a relationship. And all of the 613 mitzvahs and everything that we're involved in, it's all to get us to go into space of intimacy. There's so many details and there's so many infinite details, because it's all about the details. It's because when I'm in a relationship with someone or in a relationship with God, it's about the details. It's yes about not ripping the toilet paper on Shabbos, and it's yes about giving the meiser to tzedakah, and it's yes dafka. I was talking to someone yesterday and she's like, why do you guys have to be so OCD about it? Why can't it be like, why do you have to give a 10th? Why can't you give 9%? Why does it have to be a 10th, right? Because when I like soy milk in my coffee, And like he would be like, come on, I'll just put almond milk. Like, no, I don't want almond milk. Like, I can't drink that. I want soy milk in my coffee, right? Why does it have to be like, it's not cow milk, so it can be whatever other milk? Why does it have to be such a big deal? Because it is a big deal. Because 10th is what matters. 9th is not it. It's not what I want. I want 10th. And Hashem makes it very, very clear, right? The idea is that when we pay attention to the details, what we're doing, what we're saying, in other words, to Hashem is, I care about what you want. I care about your ratzon. And my will is to do your will. My will is to fulfill your wishes, because I want to be close to you, is because I understand that it's the details that will make our relationship. It's the details that will get us close to each other. It's me showing you that I care about the details of, yes, like I said last time in my thing, cleaning my stovetop with a Q-tip, and yes, taking out every single ounce of chametz, and yes, being so careful about these things. If that's your love language, I'm there. I'm there. So that's the idea of Na'aseh V'Nishma, that I don't have to always understand what you need from me. I just want to be of service. And that's something that is, that makes a relationship. It makes you feel spiritual. It makes you feel connected. And if you're not feeling spiritual in your Avodas Hashem, and you're not feeling spiritual in your Judaism, it's maybe because you're not paying so close attention to the detail. Because the details are what makes or breaks any relationship. Take care. Have a great Yom Tov. All the best.